Hey guys, Jessie Shula here, your local real estate agent in Central Florida, and today's video is going to be about a type of short-term investment that I would bet a lot of you have never heard of and didn't even know existed. But it does exist, and it can be a very lucrative type of investment to add to your portfolio. Now, the type of short-term rental we are going to be talking about today is called condo-hotel living. So this is going to be geared to your vacationers. The easiest way to explain it is kind of like a timeshare and a hotel had a baby. Now, when I say that, why is it like a timeshare? So if you've ever been to a timeshare, they're really set up like a resort. There's usually 5 or 6 buildings that have multiple units in them, and they are set up like full service units. So there's a kitchen, there's a dining room, there's a living room, there's usually separate bedrooms. A lot of them have a washer and dryer in the unit. So they're definitely full service. They're made for you to have a comfortable stay while you're there. They also, like I said, are set up like a resort, so they have things to do on site. They have pools. They have, sometimes some of them even have water parks, depending on the type you're staying at. They have on-site restaurants, cafes, ice cream parlors. They also have a fitness center, a movie theater, all these things. And on top of that, they'll also have full itineraries every day of things that are going on within the resort. So it might be musical guests, bands that are playing. There could be a magic show, comedy show, all these kinds of things. Now, how it is like a hotel, where it differs, is with a timeshare. If you've ever had a timeshare, it's all on a point system, right? So like depending, you buy a package of points and you can use these points, depending on the size room you get and where it's located and what days you're going, the amount of points you're going to apply to it are different. But the hotel portion is that people who come to stay would be calling the location just like you would any other hotel, and they book the rooms on a price per night or price per week, whatever the situation is. So it's a little bit different in that sense. This is certainly not something that is new. It has been around for some time, but it is becoming increasingly popular and more people are hearing about it and considering it as an investment option, especially here in Central Florida with all of the tourist attractions. So the reason we're talking about this is because earlier this month, I went to a lunch and learn for a specific development that's going up for this type of investment. And the one that we're going to be talking about today is the Embassy Suites by Hilton Orlando Sunset Walk. So all of the details I'm going to give you are specifically for this development, but know that every single one's going to be a little bit different. However, a lot of the features and a lot of the concept will be the same. So this particular unit is in the Kissimmee area, and frankly, a lot of them are in the Kissimmee area. And they're still under construction. There's going to be either 5 or 6 buildings total, but half of them are already built, and they're working on the 3rd and 4th buildings right now. They're finishing up construction. They've already sold out the 1st building and most of the 2nd building, and they're just starting to release the option to buy into buildings 3 and 4. So it's certainly something that's going to be going quickly. Now, what exactly does this new development offer? So you have a choice. You can have a studio, you can do 1 bedroom, or you can do 2 bedroom. All of the rooms come fully furnished. All of them were decorated by West Elm. All of the rooms have a pull-out couch, so you have additional sleeping arrangements. So how does this work as the owner? So as far as the contract goes and actually purchasing the unit, is exactly as any other condo, townhouse, single family home. When you go to closing, whether you're paying cash or have a lender, you're getting the deed and it is your property. So it's not like a timeshare where really you can be in any other room. When you as the owner go there, this is your condo. You own it, and you have the full rights to it. So you have a couple of options that you can do as the owner in terms of renting it out to other people. There is a property management company on site, and this is obviously the suggested way to handle it, especially if you're trying to be a little bit more hands-off. But basically what they do is they are responsible for marketing the property, they are responsible for booking the property, and they are responsible for the upkeep of the property. So as part of your monthly fees, they're in charge of the cleaning service. They are in charge if maybe a glass broke or one of the decor pieces broke, they are responsible for replacing it. And as long as it is, I think it was under a certain price where I want to say it was under like $1,000 though in terms of the repairs, that's all included in your monthly fees. And you don't have to worry about paying separate for that or an additional invoice for that. It is all taken care of by the property management company. This location is going to be right next to Margaritaville, and Margaritaville currently has a very high occupancy rate, and they are expecting the exact same for this location. So part of your risk is always going to be, well, what if the property doesn't fill? With the amount of amenities, the resort lifestyle, the ease of being able to take a shuttle to and from the parks and to and from the airport, they are predicting that they will have at least 85% occupancy throughout the year, which is a high occupancy rate. So I did mention that there are monthly fees. Obviously, this is going to depend on which unit you get, and if you use the property management service or not. You do have an option to not use the property management services, but since this is Embassy Suites by Hilton, the whole property management portion of this and the resort lifestyle of this location is through Hilton. So if you decide that you want to market the property yourself, you want to fill the property yourself, you certainly can, but your guests would not have access to the amenities like the pool. I think you get like a wristband or something on site, so they wouldn't have access to it. You as the owner would have access to it. So if you ever wanted to stay there and utilize it, you would have the access, but just know that none of your guests would have that access. You also can't use the name Hilton when you're promoting it. So something to certainly keep in mind. As far as the property management goes, you as a potential buyer are allowed to have a meeting with the property management team. They will go through a list, spreadsheets of different scenarios. If you have X amount of occupancy, what the monthly fees will be, what your expected earnings are at the end of the year, and they go through different occupancy levels. They go through different costs depending on if you do the studio or the 1 or 2 bedroom. So you'll have a general idea of how much money you're going to be investing and how much money you're going to make at the end of the year. You will have those options. You also have the option to have meetings with the sales manager. They can go through all of the things that are going to be included in terms of like the lifestyle there, the resort, what's going to be offered, what you have access to, what there's going to be. So all of these questions would be answered. You can go to their showroom or you can set up a Zoom call. That is certainly something I can do for you as well and get all that set up. As far as the pricing goes, so the studios start at $300,000, the 1 bedroom start at $350,000, and the 2 bedrooms start at $450,000. Now, over 55% of the units are going to be the 2 bedroom. Also, if you ever wanted to stay at your unit, you just have to give the property management company 30 days notice just to make sure it's not already booked and that they reserve the days for you to be there. So you have access to it anytime you want as well. So if this sounds like something that could be of interest to you and you want to learn more about the Embassy Suites by Hilton Orlando Sunset Walk, maybe you're interested in setting up a Zoom call, maybe you want to go and visit the showroom, that's certainly something I can arrange for you and I can help set up. Reach out to me at one of the contact methods I have noted in my bio. You can also leave a general comment or question or feedback on this video in the comment section. If you haven't already, I would love for you to like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. But let's go ahead and get you in one of these condos. We'll set up a meeting, we'll get all that done, and we will see what you can do for you. Until next time.